Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2, and today I'm gonna be giving you part 8 of What If Naruto Became the King of the Necromancers. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto Rewrote the Past on this channel and enjoy that guys. And also, over on Anime King, I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto was an alien hybrid, so go ahead and enjoy that guys. And also, over on Anime King 3, I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto was a perfect experiment, so go ahead and check out that and enjoy. And remember, if anyone this is the first time you hear my voice, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and support. And yeah, without further ado, would you say begin this new episode? Start the intro. So the last time we left off, Snavy agreed to take up the position of helping Naruto, as she agreed to become Hokage, as Naruto wanted to bring stable equilibrium to the elemental nation, and he wanted her help to do so, as she agreed. Meanwhile, the Akatsuki was meeting up. So far they haven't had any luck at all, as the Nine Tails was gone, and yet no one could find it. But they were going to keep on searching. The Three Tails Shinjuki had been killed, so it would take a while before the beast will be revived. So for this time they will wait, and remain on down low. Just like that 3 years pass, as several people are outside Naruto's shop, as Sahara had become the Kazekage. These people were having a complaint because of what their own people did, and they got punished for it. Sahara came there and shut them up, but it was up to Naruto to do as he pleased. Temari begged him though not to kill them, as it would show bad face for the San, but Naruto said that he wouldn't kill them, but he will make them understand that they made a mistake. As Naruto went into his shop, Zetsu was trying to enter, but he could not, as Naruto had made sure of that. It was rather painful every time he tried and failed, but Zetsu was persistent as hell. Zetsu went back to the Akatsuki hideout as he informed them about the shop that he could not enter, as he was rather pissed off, as he seemed to have marks all over his body from forcefully trying to make his way inside, but he was having no luck. As Pain dispatched the group towards the sand to first go after the One Tail as well, and if this Baron Shi showed his face, well, they should take him and get answers. As for Itachi, as he managed to separate himself a bit from Kisame, as he was sending a note to one of Jiraiya's spies, despite everything he was still loyal to Konoha through and through. But his mother didn't appear. He was shocked to see his own mother, as she told him that things are gonna change, and there was someone much more powerful, someone that was able to defy even death itself. And she was here to warn him to take Sasuke and get out of here, explain the truth to Sasuke, and stop this. Itachi was conflicted as he watched his hands came from the earth and grabbed his mother, as he screamed out to her, as she looked like she was in pain, as he then heard the voice as Naruto came as Baron Shi and spoke to him, as Naruto told him that he was the one bringing back his mother because if certain people found out that she was, well, communicating with him, it wouldn't be good at all for her. As Itachi didn't know what to do, but Baron Shi told him that he believed he will make the right choice. And with that he left him, as Naruto had showed Sasuke all of this. As Sasuke was angry. He was angry about all of this. But it was up to Itachi to make his choice to see what he will do. As Mikoto was actually working with Naruto. As for Rin, as she was watching Obito, she had watched how much he has fallen. As she reported back to Naruto, Obito decided to pay Baron Shi a visit himself. But he could not actually get in without Naruto allowing it. As Naruto made his guard set up, as he was gonna allow the man inside to have a little chat with him. So yeah guys, it was basically as we left off. You guys can switch across the place, check it out for yourself. So this to begin this new episode. Naruto was currently in his second year of body, Baron Shi, as he placed down the cards on the table. As he watches a frowning Veronica guided the masked man to the shop, Nemesis immediately moving behind the two. As he placed one of his hands on the man's shoulder, the grip was solid. Yes, the giant Nemesis told Naruto, "Thank you. Nice to see you in my humble shop, Madara," Baron Shi said, his voice sounding rather amused as he said that name. Nice shop. The rudeness of the guards does not help the atmosphere though, the masked man said that chuckle, ignoring the way Veronica growled at him and how Nemesis gripped tight on his shoulder. Return to your positions. I'll take care of business as usual, said Naruto, as the both of them move aside. Quite the strong defenses, I must say. It was a rather painful experience trying to appear here. I have a candle out there. It helped me choose who to let in and who to leave out, said Baron Shi. Your guards had me leave my weapons outside. You really think that this will be enough to protect you? Said Madara as he pulled his hand back out from the shelf. One of his strangely shaped skulls tried to bite his finger. You may be surprised how much it helped. A lot of people tend to feel naked when they don't at least have a senmon needle with them, and that surprise can put them on the opening, leaving them exposed just long enough. As Naruto watches Minato Kushina, they were getting rather tense the longer the two talk. I'll remember that. Well, tell me, do you know why I'm here, oh great Baron Shi? Well, why you're here, that's a difficult question, Baron Shi said. Oh my, are we losing our edge? Maybe old age is catching up. Earlier than normal. Maybe you're right, Obito Uchiha. Just maybe I'm losing my touch. As he watches Obito stiffen for an instant. You're good. I'll give you that, how do you know? Obito mood shift into coldness in just a second. Let's just say I got friends on the other side. He's got friends on the other side. Several voices spoke up behind Obito, startling him, but there was no one behind him. But I don't think I'll need a musical number to explain this to you. Am I right, said Naruto. As all the people in the paintings, as Obito watches they turn their heads, they focus on him with their empty eyes. Creepy. What else do you know? Let me hear, Obito said, as he sat down in front of Necromancer. Not much, I'm afraid, said Naruto. As he looked at the cards on the table as he turned, 3 of them face up. To Obito's shock, he saw a girl with blue markings on her cheeks. The second showed a young man with silver hair and lightning in his hand. And the last one was a sad Obito when he was younger. Was it painful to watch Ren die at Kakashi's hand? I bet it was. Obito shot forward as he grabbed Naruto and pulled him close as he ripped off his mask, showing that one of his eyes were lacking, as a scar on his face. You, Obito said, as he felt himself being poked. Various guards around him pointing their weapons at areas that would kill him in a second. Yes, me. You came here to taunt me to deliver in Sahara. To the man that will come here tomorrow night, right? Later on sorcery. As I said, I got friends on the other side. There's nothing that can be hidden away from me. I got eyes and ears everywhere, and nowhere at the same time. You want Rain, don't you? You want your little precious girl back in your life. That is what you want, isn't it, said Naruto. You have no idea who you're joking with. I can make your life very miserable, Obito said, his remaining eyes switching to the Sharingan. Do you know that I know you better than you even know yourself? As Naruto grabbed his hand as Obito felt pain like he never felt before coursing through his veins, and his energy was sapped away from him. Necromancer 101, Obito Uchiha, said Naruto as Obito dropped to his knees, grunting out in pain. First lesson, pain inducement, the ability to force a victim body to feel intense pain. I can do emotional pain as well, but I think in this case, the physical one would be enough. Obito grit his teeth in pain as he tried to turn himself intangible. It's not gonna work. You wanna know why? Second lesson, life force absorption. The power to absorb the health and life of others. To make it your own. You can't make jutsu if your brain is getting emptied of the strength needed for them. Am I right, said Naruto, with a wide smile on his face. Oh, may you pay for this, Obito said, as a kunai dropped right in his palm, as he shoved it right into Naruto's eye socket, piercing Naruto's brain. As Obito leaned up against one of the shelves, he was surprised the guards did not attack him, but he understood why, as he heard laughter. Lesson 3, Resurrection, which is the power to bring dead people back to life, including myself. As he pulled away the kunai with an annoyed groan. Bring people back? Ren, Obito said, as he kept on pausing, trying to catch his breath. Had you not been this annoying, I would have tried with Ren as well. For the right price, of course, said Naruto, as he chuckled. As Obito was creeped out as he could see the man's brain from that hole in his head. This is not over yet, Obito said. I am sure that it's not over yet. Tell your puppet Pain that if he tries anything, Yaiko's soul will become my next plaything. Next, said Obito. Well, I won't do to him what I did to Ren because I'm straight. But I have some experiments that I would like to carry on. Obito clenched his fist. What have you done to Ren? He yelled. Nothing she didn't like, mind you. As Baron Shi opened the curtain to show adult Ren, strapped to a chair. Her mouth was gagged. Her entire body was all flush. Obito's eye widened to impossible degrees as he released a roar of anger. Just for your information, she was the one that asked for the mouth gag and the nipple clips, apparently. She liked the experiment, just like me. I'll kill you, Obito said as he launched himself towards Naruto. No, you won't. I'm afraid that your time has expired. Have a nice night. As everything evaporated into a silver mist, leaving Obito looking at the solid rock of wall in front of a sand graveyard. Obito smashed his fist in it. You're dead. You hear me? You're all dead. I'll kill your guards. I won't stop until you're all dead. Do you hear me? He screamed as he repeatedly banged his fist over and over into the rock until his hands started to bleed. Breathing heavily, he focused, rage empowering his weakened body. Change of plans. You want to play? Then we will play. The bitches can wait. Before that, I'll remove you from this world. You say that you can resurrect yourself, but I did not see you regenerate. Let's see what you will do with your body teared to pieces and your head on a pike. I will keep you as a paperweight for all eternity. Nothing but a head on my shelf, Obito said. Deidara will blow you to pieces and sorcery will poison your sorrow remains. Long enough for them to bring you back, if not them. I have 2 immortals under my command. You caught me by surprise that weekend in touch, but it won't happen ever again. Next time, I know what to different myself from, but you on the other hand know nothing of how devastating my techniques can be. You just watch. I will have the last laugh, Obito said, as he quickly moved away. Meanwhile, back in the shop, as Naruto was watching through his crystal ball, as the man left the sand, apparently it worked. I managed to divert his attention on Baron Shi instead of the Bijus. I only hope that this distraction will last long enough to remove the Akatsuki from the equation. As Naruto's soul leave the fate body and return to the original one, you will have to repair Baron Shi. We risk freaking out our customers with that bleeding hole. A pity, you cannot regenerate that body, like with your real one. But you can't really die in that body while you wear it, said the Kyuubi doll. I will take it to the lab for repair, master, said Veronica, as she picked up the body. Thank you, Veronica. How about you, said Naruto, as he took away the gag from Ren. Oh man, that was amazing. As Ren's voice was not hers, it was Konkyuu. As the illusion was dropped to show Konkyuu naked body, I felt myself going over the edge twice. That's because you were feeling pleasures from both Ren and yourself at the same time, said Naruto. How are you doing in there? Had I known that sex was like this, I would have tried it before I died. The bluish flame said as it exited Kankurou's body. I was surprised when you admit that you hate the fact that you die as a virgin. It's not a lot, but at least like this you state your curiosity, said Naruto. Well, I would say it was more than enough, said Ren, as the blue flame snuggled up against his cheek. Sorry, I'm already on a relationship, he said with a smirk. You should make Sahara try this. It feels awesome. Do you mind? My legs feel like jelly, Kankurou said, as she held out her arms. As the blonde picked her up, as she wrapped her legs around him in place, her head on his shoulder. Perfect, she said. Do I still need to spine the Akatsuki? Asked Ren. Yes, please. And thank you for doing this. Your soul made the transformation more believable since your essence was actually in there. In his mental state though, I believe that it would still work without you, but, well, nothing wrong with having a bit of insurance, said Naruto. No problem, even though I find being exposed like that a bit embarrassing. Why? You're a beautiful young woman. There's nothing to be ashamed of, said Naruto. Oh, thank you, she said, as her flame-like body turned bright red in embarrassment. I will be spying on Obito if you need me, as she left the shop. Okay, after this, we need to prepare for those two arrival. They will probably attack the sand, just to attract Sahara to drag her out. We need to be ready, said Minato. I will be waiting here for them. I fear that it's time for me to fight directly. What a pain, said Naruto. We'll be there to help you, don't worry, said Kushina, with a gentle smile. We'll be there as well, don't you worry. I'll protect you, Kankurou said, with a smirk. Time skip, the next night, both men flew on the giant bird, as they had their targets. The Kazekage, Herbie Baron Shi as well. Start dropping your bombs now, said Sorcery. Yeah, I know what to do, said Deidara, as he released several bird-shaped bombs from his palm as they went down towards the houses. But something strange happened. A purple light intercepted the bombs, pushing them far away as they exploded. As village alarms started to snare everywhere, the two Akatsuki members spat at being found out. This is not good, Sorcerer said, with a bored sigh. Wait, what the hell is that, said Deidara, as a massive purple skeleton took a swing at the clay bird, cleaving it in half. Deidara quickly created another bird as him and Sorcery landed on it as it brought them to one of the rooftops. What the hell was that, said Deidara. That was a soul from one of your victims. As Deidara snapped his head around looking for the voice. Who said that? Every man that you kill, every soul that you slay, you left behind a debt to pay. I am just here to collect the toll. As Naruto emerged, the upper half of his face was covered by a skull mask. He had a pair of claws with spiky handles, secure right at his sides, as he had a lantern in his hand that was shining a purple light that released an unnatural coldness. And you are? Sasori asked. I am one of the Bene working for Baron Shi, and I'm also your personal Grim Reaper for tonight, said Naruto in an ominous chuckle. As Deidara was about to say something until Sahara appeared, along with her sisters, along with several envoys. It's not me that you should worry about, said Naruto. You should worry about all the victims that you pile up since you went missing, Nin. You should fear them, their grudge, as spirits emerged from London and rushed towards the group. As Sorcerer opened his mouth as Senbons shot towards the ghosts, Deidara uses bombs to try to keep the spirits at bay as they came towards them, many bombs blowing every now and then. I think you can take part now. They seem distracted enough, said Naruto. The envoys will cover us. Let's go, said Sahara. Are you with us? Said Temari, as she prepared her fan as Kankurou unsealed her precious puppets. May as well. I've already gone out in the open. I might as well finish what I started, said Naruto. As he lashed the lantern onto his belt, he pulled out the two claws, the chains on the bottom of them, coiled around his arms by themselves. Nice toy, Kankurou said, shipped directly from overseas. The last guy that used them was a real god of war, said Naruto. As he swung the chains around, throwing one of the blades, it stabbed right into Sorcery. Ah, a wooden body. Now that sounds promising, said Naruto. Deidara, keep the Jinjuki occupied. I will take care of the boy, said Sorcery. Why? Asked Deidara. He worked for one of our targets, and he's the one escaping Zetsu senses. I want him to take us to Baron Shi. I also want to study his body through the new puppet, said Sasori. Me and the others will protect Sahara. You keep Naruto safe, sister, said Temari as she opened her fan. No problem, said Kankyu as her three puppets started to clank in anticipation. Do not interfere, said Sasori as his tail shot forward. As it was a few seconds away from impact, Naruto threw his blade as a chain wrapped around as he yanked it. As him and Sasori went into a strength contest, Kankyu, now, said Naruto, as he used the other to grab Sasori's neck in a chokehold. Fool, said Sasori as he opened his mouth once again, as he released hundreds of Senbons, turning Naruto into a pincushion. No, Kankyu shouted as she released her three puppets. As Sasori turned his head, I remember those. I was the one that created them. So many fond memories. As his free hand shot forward towards the lizard, shape 1. Fool, my boyfriend modified them. They're all brand new. She flicked her finger as the lizard puppet rolled in itself, turning into a ball with spikes all over, deflecting the hand, and recoiled and shot towards Sasori. Before he could do anything, the chain dragged his tail as the puppet ripped through him. You know, it hurts. I hate when they use poison on me. It always leaves a bad aftertaste in my mouth, said Naruto. The needles dropped from his body as his wounds all get healed instantly. Sasori was shocked as his wooden body started to break completely down. How could you survive? Before coming here, I got my real organs substituted by dummies to protect myself from your poison. Nice, isn't it? As he pulled back the hooks, ripping off the puppet head and tearing the arm and the tail off. As the real person jumped out of the puppet. Yes, it's a rather interesting idea. I see that Baron Shi does have the same idea when it comes to my art, creating something that would last forever, even human, through dummy organs. Interesting, said Sasori. As he pulled off the cloak that he was wearing to show a young man with red hair. Something everlasting and unchanging through the eons. Yes, I know what you mean, said Naruto, as he looked at Sasori. The real Sasori, said Kankyu as she looked at him. In person, I guess I'll have to be serious then, as he unfurled 2 spinning blades from his back and a whip from his chest. Interesting, said Naruto. And this is not everything, said Sasori as he unsealed a human-looking puppet with a tattered black cloak. That puppet, that's the 3rd Kazekage, said Kankyu in surprise. The man had great abilities, and as a puppet he became one of my greatest weapons, said Sasori. As black dust started to leak from the puppet's mouth, it took the shape of a massive cube. Shit, Iron Sand, Kankyu, take cover, Naruto yelled. As the attack moved towards the girl, she leaped out of the way as 2 of her puppets got crushed by the Iron Sand. You can't escape, said Sasori, as he used the propellers on his back to shoot right towards her with immense speed. Don't you even try it, as Naruto threw both of his hooks forward as he slammed right into Sasori, knocking him away. Sasori slowed himself down as he came to a stop. So, you care about her? I do love her, you idiot. Her and her sisters. And I will be damned if I let a bastard like you hurt any of them, said Naruto, as he thrust the chains down, as they started to glow with a purple energy. What are you? One of the hooks bursts right from underneath Sasori, as he managed to twist himself as his cloak got ripped, as he jumped away, showing that his entire body was nothing but a puppet. Sasori had to keep on moving as the hooks came out of that purple glow and kept on blasting to tear him to pieces. As Sasori saw opening, as he released hundreds of Iron Sand bullets as he blasts a high pressurized water cannon from his palm, as the water sliced Naruto's arm clean off, as the sand bullets slammed right in his chest. Get away from him, Kankyu yelled, her remaining puppet appearing in front of Sasori as he gripped his face and tear it off. Sasori jumped back. You stupid girl, he said. Look what you have done. As he raised the Kazekage puppet that held out his hand. You will... As the puppet dropped, and so did Sasori. What's going on? So, that is where your soul is. As the voice of Naruto spoke up, he was completely fine. Despite his arm and the holes in his chest, He stood there completely unharmed. "How are you?" said Sasha as he couldn't believe it. "How are you alive?" "Those hooks of mine," said Naruto. "I'm surprised that they failed to remove your soul on the first try. But then I noticed that thing in your chest. That cylinder. So that is where your soul was," said Naruto. As Sasha saw the blue flame leaving his body. "No, wait!" But Naruto yanked it out as the puppet dropped motionlessly. As Naruto stepped over and looked down at him, before looking back towards Kankyu. "Once repaired, you can use Sasha as your own puppet, and also the Kazekage puppet as well." "Are you okay?" she asked. "Oh, this?" "Nothing but a flesh wound," he said. "What about you?" "A little bruised up, but I'll live," she said. Meanwhile, with Sahara and Deidara. Deidara was livid. He was pissed off, angry. First, his bombs would be intercepted by the damn sand and the wind, and then the Envoy members would use every possible opening to pelt him with their jutsus or their damn kunais. He had tried to use his bomb to distract them by dropping it in the village, but this girl with that X scar shape on her face destroyed his goddamn bomb. "All of you, just experience art already," he yelled. "Or what? Are you gonna cry about it?" Temari said, as Deidara spat in anger. "Sasori, where the hell are you?" he said, as he summoned another clay bird as he flew straight up in the sky. "Master Naruto just killed him, and he will soon follow," said Veronica. Deidara froze as he heard the voice behind him. Veronica sliced the bird's wing off. As Deidara turned mid-air, "Take this!" as he had a bomb in his hand. As Deidara was surprised when he felt pain, as a massive blade came from her feet and sliced his arm clean off at the elbow. "You're mine now." Deidara was grabbed by a cocoon of sand as it twisted and wrapped around his body. "I always wanted to go out with a bang, actually," Deidara said. "Instead you will die crushed." "Sand burial," she said. "Nope, still with a bang," said Deidara, as his whole body enlarged before exploding into a huge ball of fire, launching everyone back with the force behind it. "Always have a plan B," said Deidara. As he appeared from behind the group, his hand was still missing though, as he was on his clay bird. "Seize him," said Sahara. "This is not me running away, it's a tactical retreat," Deidara said, as he dropped several bombs. He chuckled as he watched him go after his mom to stop them from destroying the village. "No, it's still running away," once you sigh in relief. Deidara froze as he heard someone behind him. He turned to see a man standing there with a massive ball of ink in his palm. "Who the hell are you?" as the man was standing directly on his bird. "You don't remember me? Thought I was pretty famous around the elemental countries," said Minato as he removed his mask. The photo. As Minato slammed the Rasengan into Deidara. "Me myself. Sorry, but I have to kill you. It's nothing personal." "Wait, it is personal. You tried to kill my son." As the Rasengan was drilling through him. "Your son? The blonde? Screw you. If I have to die, I'll take you down with me." I knew that you would say something like that. That is why I use a clone for this. Now enjoy. Great clone explosion. As Minato and Deidara exploded in a blinding light, shocking the whole village. "Ah, that was a nice show of fireworks," said Kushina as she appeared next to the real Minato. "Have you dealt with their spy?" Minato asked. Kushina chuckled. Little Zetsu won't have time to act as a spy while playing with Nemesis, as she burst out laughing once again. "Huh, that laugh. Take me here and now," said Minato. "If you insist, my dear," she said, as she jumped right on top of him. Back with Naruto. Naruto sighed. Having wild sex on a rooftop after just killing your enemy. That's old school, he said, as he heard his mother and father as he turned his head. As Sahara landed beside him. "Heal yourself up," she said. He tilted his head. "Why?" "I want to have sex right now," she said. "Well," said Naruto as he shrugged, "I guess traditions have to be maintained." Time skip. The next day, Rain Village. As Obito was pacing back in front. "Where are those two? And where's Zetsu?" Obito said. Pain-sama, a minion of the Akatsuki, entered the room, as it was a small box in his hand. "What?" said Pain. "Baron Chi, he has sent you the remain of Deidara, and a thank you card for Sasori's body. A message stating that he has won this round, and better luck next time. What should I do?" The minion said after reading the message attached to the box. "Amaterasu!" Obito yelled. as a tight wave of black flames consumed the minion, killing him. What happened to Zetsu? Pain said. The message said that he's now one of the toys of the guards in the shop, said Conan as she read the rest of the message. As Obito clenched his fist in rage. This battle is yours, Baranshi, but next time I will be victorious. I will be laughing at your miserable defeat. I will be the one to kill you. Conan, said Pain. Yes, I know, she said, the nod. Unknown to the whole elemental nation, the battle for the Bijous had become a chess game between Obito Uchiha and Baranshi. The fate of the elemental nation resides in both of their hands, as they're waiting for one another to make a move, to see which one will come out on top. In the summoning realm of the Elder Toad, that was responsible for the prophecy, he felt a chilling sensation going through his back, as it awoke him, as he feel one of the prophecies that he spoke about a long time ago was going to be brought forward. Next move is yours, Baranshi, Obito said that sneer. Meanwhile, with Zetsu, the spy of the Akatsuki was dumped into a white room. As Zetsu looked around, a ferocious roar rocked the entire place. As Zetsu looked at the windows that rattled. STARS, said Nemesis as he jumped through one of the windows and landed in front of Zetsu. Who the hell are you? Said Black Zetsu, as he stood back in a stance. STARS, said Nemesis, as it ran and grabbed Zetsu. It broke him through the wall, throwing him into another room. White Zetsu created roots as they wrapped around Nemesis. Nemesis roared as he ripped them off him, surprising Zetsu's, as they turned towards the exit and ran. That thing has no chakra. How can a dead body move? Said White Zetsu. How the hell should I know? Said Black Zetsu. STARS, Nemesis roared. As he tackled Zetsu down, he grabbed him and threw him as he broke through another wall. We can't sink. Why can't we sink? Said White Zetsu. I don't know. That bitch with the red hair forced this mark on us. It must be blocking our technique. Then we'll have to fight, said White Zetsu as he summoned a spear of wood. As he drive it, it pierced into Nemesis' shoulder. STARS, said Nemesis as he walked, as the spear go deeper in his shoulder, but he did not care. He just kept on walking. Shit! Zetsu was blasted out of the room as Nemesis backhanded him into another room. Black Zetsu brought out so much wood out of the ground as they all slammed into Nemesis. They panted after using so much of their combined chakra as Zetsu started to limp away. How long would that thing last? The White Half said. With the chakra that we use, at least a few months. That monster, whatever it is screwed, said Black Zetsu. STARS, as Nemesis' hand ripped through a nearby wall and grabbed onto Zetsu's face and pulled him inside the room. You have to be kidding me. You have to be kidding me, Black Zetsu yelled as Nemesis stood there, as he threw Zetsu as Zetsu slammed into the wall, falling down to the ground. Nemesis then released two long tentacles from the palm of his hands. What the hell are you going to do with those? Said White Zetsu, as the tentacles started to whip around. As Nemesis chuckled, but it did not sound like a laugh, it sounded like a mad cackle. Tentacle rape, said Nemesis. Zetsu screamed as a monster pounced on them. Up in the shop. What was that? Said Naruto. Don't know and don't care, said Sahara, as she tore off her clothes. As FemKankurou and Temari burst into the room. I knew it, said FemKankurou. Yeah, I guess you were right, said Temari, as the both of them joined the fun as well. Time skip. Konoha, Training Ground 9. A lonely girl was throwing kunais as it embed into the training post. Even though she was not focused, all of her targets were hitting perfectly. She was really hurt at the moment. Once again getting rejected by the young man that she had feelings for. But instead of crying like a normal girl would do, well, she was out here throwing kunais. Neji Hyuga had to be so damn about himself. After his victory against Lee, his belief in fate even worsened, treating both her and Lee in contempt, like he was a snobbish noble. Even Guy was unable to curb Neji's new attitude. Hayashi openly supported the feud between Neji and Hinata, as he permitted their training. Well, He called it training, but it was brutal, as Hinata had been ended up in the hospital more than once. She had seen several other clans, but none other did anything like that. And yet Tenten persevered. She tried to win Neji's affection, but for the past 3 years, it had all been a waste. She more than once thought about contacting Baron for help, but she was actually scared of meeting the boy/man again. It happened 2 months ago. They were training, and Neji was making his remarks. She was surprised when Lee finally snapped. As he got angry, the both of them got into a heated discussion, to the point where Neji was dropping into his stance to fight Lee. She had threw a kunai. He had deflected it. She had then went off on him, as all of her anger came out like a tidal wave. She not only insulted him, she degraded. She outright cursed him to the depths of hell. No matter how long she went on, the more angry she got. And then he insulted her career, saying that her choice of career was unfit. Well, to a woman, she lost it, as she had thrown a kunai with enough strength, as you could hear her muscles ripping with the amount of strength that she threw it with. Neji, with his superiority complex, uses rotation to deflect it, but no one expected the weapon to go through, and stabbed the boy in his shoulder before the swirling chakra teared the weapon to pieces. Neji was shocked, as he could not react. She had slugged him right in the face, as she seemed to have put all of her strength behind the punch. Neji was knocked out cold. Guy and Lee was snapped from their stupor when the overdose of adrenaline left Tenten's body as she dropped on her butt, as her muscles were torn because of the amount of strength that she put in. She didn't know what happened, but it was like everything went into her arm, but it was a bit too much as she teared her muscles. Guy and Lee had rushed into the hospital. It was a blur to Tenten, but she remembered her idol, Tsunade Senju, shutting the whole Aiga clan up and telling them that it was a training accident. Neji should not always expect to win. Losing once in a while would help him to not grow too much of himself. After what the doctor saw as a miracle recovery, a week, and her tendons, her torn muscles, recovered, as they could not really explain it. She and Guy and Rock Lee were still perfect to work together, so everyone could see who was the problem. Stupid asshole, she said as she threw another kunai. Once again it happened. She put in so much force as a kunai ripped through the log and teared through several trees behind it as her muscle tear in her arm. She screamed in pain as she dropped to the ground holding onto her shoulder. What did Tsunade tell you about twisting her arms? Really, some people don't have any sense of measures or self-preservation. An amusing voice said. Who's there? Said Tenten. A friend, you idiot. If you want to quit being a kunoichi, there are better methods than losing both arms. As the owner of the voice kneeled in front of her, look at her arm. Baron Shi. Pain-induced shock. Nasty. Take this. I'll take you to Tsunade to heal your arms. I was going there anyway. As he offered a blue pill to her, as she took it and swallowed it. Thank you. As she fell asleep in his arms. As Naruto looked down towards the girl, I never expected side effects to show up so late. Well, might as well explain what is going on. As he lifted her in his arms. I can carry her for you, master, said Veronica, as she watches Tenten snuggle up close to the blonde. Jealous already? Said Minato with a chuckle. Mind your own business, Minato-san, said Veronica. I'll be visiting Kurenai-chan if you don't mind. Just talking through letters alone get boring, said Uncle. Just pay attention to not get discovered. The idiots here won't hesitate to attack you. Don't worry, boss. This sexy body of mine is not for everyone to touch. That is reserved for you, when you finally see reason and admit that I'm the sexiest one around, said Uncle, as she smirked. One day, you're gonna regret teasing me that much. And for once, I seriously hope that this is a prediction that will never come true, said Naruto. You can lie to yourself, but I know that deep inside. You want to go deep inside. If you catch my drift, Uncle said. As she waved goodbye, she vanished in a Shanshin. A terrible vision of purple. And I'm sure that it was not the hair in her head that I saw, said Naruto as she shivered a bit. I am sure that it was just an impression, my son. But just in case, I'll protect you myself, said Kushina. If that fail, you can sleep in my bed. At least the bitch won't disturb you, said Teiwai. Wonderful. Now I see purple and red, said Naruto. What did I do wrong? As Teiwai blushed at that sentence. Time skip. A few hours later, Hokage's office. While Tenten was asleep, her arm was bandaged. The guards were outside as the office was sealed off. So, how was getting on the big chair? Is it as awesome as others want you to believe, said Naruto. It's comfy, I'll give you that. But between Danzo's not-so-veiled threats about my removal if I don't follow his ideals, and Hiruzen Sensei muttering every now and then how things would work a lot better if I follow his advice, I barely have enough strength to deal with the butt-hurt elders that are clenching to their seat for dear life, and the various clan heads trying to out-yell each other, said Tsunade as she groaned. Kushina moved behind her. She started to give the woman a massage. Ah, yes. The old unspoken rule. If I'm louder, I'm right. I didn't know that it was still in use, said Naruto. Someone must have told them that it was still valid. At each end of a council meeting, I want to kill them even more. Maybe that is what I should do. With me standing as Konoha leader alone. At least I wouldn't argue with myself, she said, with a tired sigh. You know, the sad thing is, I can't feel a small hint of sarcasm in that statement that you just said. But whatever. Lucky for you I'm here. And I've brought one or two solutions for your problems. Interested? As long as you don't want my soul, then hand them over, she said, with a chuckle. I deal with souls, seriously. I'm a professional. Master of dark arts, remember? First of all, I think these two plushes will be really important, since they have the knowledge of two esteemed men with the knowledge of being leaders, said Naruto as he placed on the two human-like toys, as they resemble Hoshirama and Tobirama Senju. Why do those two stuffed toys look like my grandfather and my granduncle, said Tsunade. Hello there, wait, grandfather? Tsunade? The Hoshirama toy said, shock in his tone. I am surprised to see you so young, Baron Chi. Must have really give you some new youth then. Knowing the man, I'm not really surprised. But I'm still impressed, said the Tobirama doll calmly. Tsunade was speechless as she looked toward the two dolls. Orochimaru tried to use them with Edo Tensei. Once those two got in the way, I took their souls for some extra training and politics. Since I was done, I decided to stop any other attempts of anyone taking their souls by putting them inside of those dolls. Then it occurred to me, you and I were family, and I decided to give them to you, said Naruto. After all, they have a lot of experience when it comes to the village dealing. Even if it might be old knowledge, they should still give you good inputs every now and then, said Naruto. Are they in pain? Asked Natty. No, I usually make extra sure that my victims feel pain. But with those two, it is the complete opposite. They can't move by themselves, but they are aware like they would be in their original bodies. I suggest that you three don't talk when anyone else is around. Well, thank you then, I guess. So, what is the other problem you want to resolve for me, she said. About that, it's a solution for two parts, one right now, and one later on once we have dealt with the other issue, the Kyuubi doll said as he was inside Naruto's shirt, peeking out. Sounds interesting. What are you planning, she asked. A groan could be heard as they turned their head to see Tenten sitting up. Good morning, said Naruto as he moved towards her, checking her bandaged arm. Feeling better now? Yes, thank you. Do you know why this is happening? And why your wounds heal way faster than normal, said Naruto. It's because of you, she said. The healing is, but I'm afraid that I miscalculated on a setting just too low. While you were asleep, I redid the ritual and strengthened it a bit more. Unless you turn your bones into ashes, you should heal by yourself pretty quickly. Not instantly, but in a matter of days, no matter how big the wound is. Can I ask why, said Tsunade. When I stop her from dying, I grab another soul and offer it to keep her from dying. The thing is, her soul was still pretty much separated from her body. So, I'm a zombie? Tenten says she started pale. Not exactly. Had you been one, you would have stopped aging, and things like eating and sleeping would no longer weigh you down. Your soul was still technically connected, but just by a very, very, very thin link. And what does that mean for her? Asks Nelly. She's the missing link between a zombie and a human. She's a bit of both. She needs to eat and sleep like a normal human, but she can shake off lethal wounds, like a zombie, barring decapitation, because of the healing factor I gave her. Another interesting thing is, she doesn't have the same limitations that a human has, since her brain cannot tell if she is alive or dead. Limitations? Says Nettie. To put it into simple terms, humans cannot use the full power of their muscles, so the brain put limitations to that by itself. Because the body is just a mass of muscles, tendons, organs, and bones. If not for the brain, each of us would break an arm to throw something with immense strength. But when you're undead, this is not a problem, because the body is dead, so the brain does not send any signal down below, so they can go beyond the limitation of a normal human body. Especially the shinobi trained ones, their limitations are even higher. And what does that mean for me? Asked Tintin. That's the interesting part. Your brain is not sure if you're dead or not, so sometimes it ignores the danger warnings to make you do those incredible stunts. You can basically do what someone will do while they're opening their chakra gates. But afterwards you're gonna feel a pain. But a bit of special training, and you won't have that problem anymore, said Naruto. Oh, okay, she said. Hey, why so sad? Oh, it's nothing, she said. Naruto used his hand to lift her chin. You can tell me. I consider you a friend. What happened to make you so angry, he asked. It's nothing, just a stupid nothing, she said, as she blushed a bit as he was really close to her. Neji again, huh, said Naruto, as she was surprised. He has very good spies, you can tell her, said Snatty. He's impossible to work with. There should be someone to teach him how to treat people better. Through force if necessary. I'm unsure if I can leave my back and trust him anymore to watch over it. Said Naruto. Would you like me to take care of that? But guys, to be and subscribe right here. If you want to see next person, do like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification as they posted. But I'm off for now. See you guys soon. Peace.